Hey guys, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim. We are here with another viewer request. This time we are in Norway. We had a request from Ari Paul, I believe is the way he pronounces it, for, I'm going to butcher these names, Kviteseid in Norway. So the closest airport I could find with a decent asphalt runway was here at Geiteryggen. So we're going to fly it from here. It's about 30 or 40 miles away to the northeast. And we're going to fly through the beautiful, beautiful countryside of Norway. The weather is a preset with a few clouds. It's the middle of the night there when I'm recording this, so we can't do live. But we'll go take a look. Now, in order to get there, I had to do a little bit of behind-the-scenes fiddling with the GPS, go in, edit the files to put in the coordinates, but I think I got it. And I know it's about 40 miles away, and I know the direction we got to go. So we'll do that. We'll take a look at the beautiful scenery out here, and we'll see what's happening. So let's jump into the airplane, and we'll get going. So here we are in our G1000 equipped Cessna 172, and once again we are going to have our AI guy doing our comms. Everything else should be good. So let's look down, make sure the parking brake is engaged, which it is. The fuel selector switch is in. We are going to turn the master and the batteries on. We'll throw the beacon on to let everybody know we're about to start up. Mixture's rich. Okay, you can stop beeping. Thank you. We'll turn the fuel pump on, prime the engine. Get a little bit of fuel flow there. That's what we want. And let's turn the key. Alright, engine's up. Bring her to about 1,000 RPM. Everything's looking good. We'll bring on the avionics. And you can see we already have a route planned. That's the one I've already pre-programmed. We're here at ENSN, and we're heading up to, although it's cut it off, Kviteseid. This is saying it's 35.4 miles. Yeah, it was 40 statute miles, so that's about right. And it's on a bearing of 291. So while we're sitting here, we'll put in the... Here we go with this again. As I said in the previous one, it was so much easier to do this in real life. We want 291 on the heading. Bug. Although we'll probably just throw it on the GPS. Pressure is set. It's a nice day out here. We're going to have great visibility and just a few clouds scattered around. So we'll throw on the rest of the lights. We'll get that and our taxi light on. We're not going to need pitot heat. Everything else is set. Our autopilot, co-pilot guy is ready to go. All right, so let's go over here.
Echo November Sierra November traffic Cessna Lima November Delta Foxtrot Delta is taxiing to runway 19er.
And we'll shrink that down. Okay, let's taxi out and get going. We're not going to need Jeff here. We should be okay. But he's probably going to call him. There we go. Let's wheel around him. So we're going to take off on the western facing runway. Runway's over there. Let's see, before we go too far, let's just see if I can get this zoomed in enough that, come on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. Ooh, wrong way. Alright, doesn't look like they actually... Doesn't look like they actually have taxiways here. So we're going to backtrack up to this end, and then we're going to take off down this way. So we'll come down here and then up. Come on. Oh, there we go. Already had it disconnected. We'll head out this way to the runway, and then we'll backtrack. So a small local airport. Nobody coming, nobody's announced. One runway here. We'll head down to the end. So once again, our aircraft today is the Cessna 172 SP with the Garmin G1000 in it. Kind of needed that, so we had the GPS so we could find where we're going. I was thinking about taking another airplane, but we don't need it. And there's my little waypoint marker appearing there, which I'm going to go in a second and turn those off. I turned them on when we were setting up some of the, or trying to find waypoints and stuff that I could use for overriding with the information for where we have to go. But when we get up to the top, look at this beautiful sloped runway. This is another thing that's pretty amazing as opposed to the original, which could only do flat. So the terrain here would always be flattened out to put in the runways, but now it can follow the terrain like they do in real life, which is pretty amazing. Alright, so we'll come into the no touchdown area here. Turn around. That's where we're headed. Get ourselves lined up on the center of the runway. Throw the parking brake on for a second. Gonna go into the nav aids. Turn off route and waypoints. There we go. So we'll apply, we'll go back, and we will resume. So that should be gone. Yep. But we do have our GPS information all set there. So, let's go. That's one notch of flap. Lights are set. Strobe lights are on. Let's put the landing lights on. Taxi lights are off. And let's get out of here. Full power. I see there's a bus on the runway. Don't know why. Airspeed's live. Speed's all over the place. There we go. They got a little bit of brake on by accident. Keep the nose above the horizon. We'll climb out. Try to maintain about a 65 knot climb out. Get up over the trees. It's like a little construction facility there, or sand pit, gravel pit. Our turn to the north and intersect that route.
approach Cessna Lima November, Delta Foxtrot Delta is type Cessna Skyhawk 1 miles south of Echo November Sierra November. Request flight following. Cessna Lima November, Delta Foxtrot Delta Riga approach. Squawk 0064.
Well, that
Squawk
radio
0064 Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
radio source was pretty far away.
Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta radar contact 1 mile southwest of Echo November Sierra November 1,300 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
So we'll go up a couple thousand
Copy
feet.
Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
Get ourselves at a nice altitude. And then we'll take a look around. There's the airport we just left. Turn on to our heading. So I'm going to take her up to 2,000 feet. Let's just go nav mode. And I'll hit altitude in a second, and that will lock us at 2,000 feet. which
Riga approach Cessna Lima
should be good.
November, Delta Foxtrot Delta. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. Cessna Lima November, Delta Foxtrot Delta Riga approach. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Cleared through Charlie airspace Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta.
So we're going to bring our engine RPM down to about 2,300. Nice cruise setting. And here we are. Now, when I was looking at the maps, this region seems to be known as, the region's known as the Telemark area. And if I'm right, this is the area that a certain method of skiing was developed called telemark. It's been a while since I've looked at anything skiing related, but it does come to mind. I think it's a version of cross country. Not exactly sure. If you know, throw it in the comments below. Always willing to learn new things. Oh, a little bumpy here with the wind over the hills. It's a beautiful lake. So let's take a look outside. There we are. Beautiful scenery out here, all auto-gen off the maps. Of course, we're in the middle of the high summer in Norway, so I don't know what you'd be getting, 19, 18 hours of daylight. Now, we are in southern Norway, not up in the north end. But still. Looking pretty amazing. Let's get on the sunny side here. See if we can do a nice little interesting shot here. There we go. Pretty cool. Screenshot there. And a very forested area. And the detail on the airplane, you can see we're nice and close here. Beacon flashing there. Sort of. Move up alongside the airplane here. I mean, you can even see inside and see that it's showing where we're headed. The controls are actually showing the correct thing on the panel. Phenomenal. Well, let's jump inside, see where we are. About 27 miles to go. Now, one of the things you have to take into account as you're flying out in areas like this is, what do you do if there's an engine failure? Where do you go? So you're always looking around. What are your options? And out here, well, there's not a lot. Ideally, you might stall it into the trees. Get as slow as you can before touching down. Put it in the trees. Now this has fixed gear, so landing in water is a little bit of a challenge. They tend to catch the gear and they flip over. Let's see if the GPS tells us what mode we're in. On the autopilot anywhere? Not really. Let's see if we put the wind up. There you go. Our alerts are good. There's our GPS. There you go. For some reason she was following my heading still. Well, I'm sure I told it to go nav mode. See if she turns slightly and picks up our course again. Nav mode on. Nav mode. There we go. So now we're on GPS. Okay. I wonder about these things sometimes. So this is the area that I mentioned that had the telemark name. I'm not sure if that's a regional name or a provincial name. There are lots of lakes out here. There's a little village. I believe that is Lund, L-U-N-D-E, down here. Maybe the center of that telemark area. And we're going to keep going this way for about another 20 miles, and we should come up to another group of lakes. Just looking at my Google Maps. And looks like Kviteseid is off on a little small arm of the lake. So let's see if we can zoom out slightly here so we can see it. There's a little airport down here you can see on the map, but it is a grass strip. So I wasn't too sure about taking an airplane like this in on the grass. So as we head deeper inland, it looks like the hills are getting a little higher. So we're going to set the altitude up to 3,000 feet. over here. Oh yeah, we want to go vertical speed, and we want to go up about 400 feet per minute. Take us up to 3,000. Increase the throttle again. So keep our airspeed up. Go up to 2,400. Big body of water coming up. Well, we're on track. Great day for flying. Some interesting farmland out here. So I go up a bit. We can see along the rivers and the lakes.
Delta, you're leaving my airspace. Resume on navigation. Contact photo center on 118.55.
There we are.
118.55 Cessna Delta Foxtrot Delta. Photo center Cessna Lima November. Delta Foxtrot Delta 2,700 feet.
I mean, just
Cessna Lima November. Delta Foxtrot Delta Photo Center. Continue as planned. Altimeter 29.902.
just look at how stunning that is. Absolutely incredible. And again, beautiful, beautiful scenery. So we're almost at 3,000 feet now, above sea level. This does not, as far as I know, have a ground radar. Well, probably won't. So local time is 12 minutes after 12. I'm not even going to try to, well, I'll try to pronounce the name of that lake. I think it's Flavaten? Maybe? Something along those lines? Oh, well, 13 miles to go. So we're making 112 knots over the ground. Not too bad. So when we get to the town, we'll do some flyovers. And that'll be it. And if anyone out there wants to see anything, if you have somewhere you'd like to see me fly, again, a region, a town, a short trip, something in the half-hour range between, say, small airports or something, more than willing to do it. Just turn that off for a second. So I believe this is this a park? National park or something? Fiel? Something like, I don't know what's just happened here. But I don't like it. So let's go to heading mode. For some reason the GPS wants us to head back now. But I say we're not ready to because we have not reached our destination. This is one of the problems. You cannot select custom waypoints in here yet. So you have to do modifications to the files, and I guess it doesn't like it because we're still not there yet. We still have about 10 miles to go. I think it's actually just looking. Yeah, up here there's another lake, and then the town's going to be up in here somewhere. We're just going to keep following along in this direction. I know roughly where we are. So we're at 3,000 feet, so I'll bring the RPM down a little bit, back to 2,300 again. Nice cruise setting. Do this without doing too much damage here. So we're going to turn over to this lake here. Again, I'm watching my other maps I've got up, so I can make sure I know where we're going. We'll cut between the little pass here. Yeah, alright, I know where we are. So this is the top end of the other fjord, then it splits into two, and we want to take the one that runs up in this direction. And up at the top end is where Kviteseid is. You can see there's one running this way and one running this way. I really got to come over and visit this area, or Norway in general. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the altitude to 2,000. And we're going to go vertical speed and down a little bit. And we're heading over here. See my joystick? Way. Now, if I've got this right, I'm going to take over and turn the autopilot off here. And we are going to go down and visit the town. Should be right in front of us now. Imagine living in these places. Mountains on either side, water in front of you. Beautiful scenery. can see on the map on the right, it's got the place marked. So the place I chose was actually a restaurant on a pier, I think. At least when I clicked on it, it came up with a picture with somebody having a drink or food or something. So it's actually, I think, that building right there on the pier looks like a restaurant. Watch the hill there. Fly over the town.
500.
Yep, 500 feet. I know. So we'll fly along the coast.
500.
See the traffic out there. A little marina. There's the building I
500.
picked.
500.
I don't know. Harry Paul, what do you think? Does this look like the place? Go up here, turn around, and come back towards the lake. And you can see the I believe the trees are correct for the area. They're all conifers and stuff. That's something else they do, depending on where you are in the world. The trees should be accurate. Ignore the traffic there, they're all over the road. So some farmland as you move up the valley here. Let's do a bit of a turn here. Fly back down the valley towards the lake and come in over the lake so we can see it from the lake front. Do a nice low pass.
500.
Go to this mode for a minute as we fly over the lakefront. And there we go. Well, I hope that was it. I hope it seems to be. I think I got it right. Not an easy place to find. And again, if you want to see more, let me know where you'd like me to fly, and I'm more than happy to do it, because it's amazing going around the world and seeing what it looks like in different places. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, please consider subscribing. Doesn't cost you anything, doesn't hurt. Helps the channel, helps us grow our little community. Hit like, hit the bell for notifications when videos come out. At the moment, I'm trying to release one a day, and I'll keep that up for a while. We'll see how long I can do that. Little island there. And we'll keep going. I've got a couple different series going on here. We'll see what's happening. As I mentioned before, tomorrow, at the time of recording this, I think this is going to be released on the day that Microsoft is putting out an update. A couple bridges. They're putting out an update which should fix some of the issues with vertical navigation in the airliners and some of the other issues. So we'll see if it does, and maybe I'll start flying the airliners. So once again, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.